If you've ever used an Apple product, especially if you've used an iPhone, you might be familiar with Apple's philosophy of intuitive usage and sleek design. The push towards intuitive user experience has been a strong reason as to why Apple is so successful. Straightforward design means less clicks, and less clicks means more productivity per click, and therefore more time saved. Plus, the user is happier and less frustrated, not having to perform repetitive tasks. But have you really been maximizing the potential of Apple's features? There's an app that lives on your devices called Apple Shortcuts, which lets you create automations that give you more control and customizability over your phone than ever. This app has been around for a while, but the shortcut automation creation process can be pretty confusing if it's your first time. And it's also hard to come up with ideas of shortcuts that might genuinely help you in real life. I'm Kaylee, a longtime iPhone user, and today I will be showing you how to use the shortcut automation feature on your Apple products. I'll start by doing a simple automation with low power mode, and then I'll be doing a more complex automation with some chained tasks. Let's get started. Automations live in the second tab of the Shortcuts app, and you can create a new one by pressing the plus in the right-hand corner. You can set automations to trigger for a variety of events, like the time of day, changes in your location, your messages, when you open an app, your battery, your do not disturb settings. There's a big variety. And with all these possibilities, you gain a lot of control over phone customization. So a very basic automation that I like to use is turning low power mode back on once it automatically turns off at 80% battery. So let's start with seeing how I would do that. So when I select low power mode as my trigger, I actually come up with a couple options. I can have it either trigger my automation when low power mode is turned on or turned off, or both. In my case, I want it to trigger when low power mode is turned off because I like having my phone on low power mode at all times. So I'm just going to select that, and then below that I can also select if I want it to run automatically or if I want it to give me like some notification that it's running, and then I would give it permission. I like it running automatically because this is just something that I do all the time. So now it's time to attach the action to low power mode. So I'm going to select the creation shortcut button here and then search battery to find the option to turn low power mode back on. So once I've typed in battery, I see the option to set low power mode, and we're going to want to turn it on, which is the default setting actually. You can also set it to toggle, or you could set it to turn off. And now we can see the finished product in our automations. For our next example, we're going to look at how we can chain multiple tasks into a single automation trigger. For this task, I want to do something for when I leave my apartment late at night, because when this happens, usually I want to do several things. First of all, I want to text my roommates so that they know that I'm heading out and they can keep an eye out for my location to make sure I'm getting back safe. I also want to open Google Maps at the same time because I want to be seeing all the bus routes and make sure that I get to the bus stop on time. And on top of all of that, I want to be listening to music as I walk. So how can we do all three of these tasks in a single trigger? Let's look at how. Okay, so to do this, we're going to have to create a new shortcut. So we're going to create a new shortcut here, and then because we have an if condition of this triggering late at night, let's add scripting, and then if you scroll down a bit, you'll see if, and then under if, there's a couple of conditions that we can trigger this on. We want a time-based condition, so we're going to select current date, and then pick the time that we want this to trigger at. I'm going to say maybe like 9 p.m. for this automation. And then once we have all that done, we can select the actions that we want. So remember the actions I wanted to contact my roommates. So I'm going to be sending a message. So I'm going to select the message and then I'm going to add the contacts of my roommates. I'm just going to let them know like leaving now. And then I'm going to add the other action, which was opening an app, opening Google Maps, because I want to be seeing the bus routes. After that, I can add a third action, which was listening to music. So I can integrate this by adding Apple Music. And then it will start playing music when this automation triggers. Now, just to make sure that the tasks are working, we can tap on F5, which is the name of the shortcut that we just created, and it will run all 3 actions. So, looking now, it opened Google Maps, and if I check my group chat, then I can see that I have texted my friends that I am leaving. Now, just to tie it all together, we just need the trigger. So we can go to automations again and then add, and then now we can set the trigger to be when I leave, and then I'll set my current location since I'm in my apartment right now, and then we can add the shortcut F5 and we're done. In this video, together, we made some shortcuts. We covered how to create a shortcut to automate turning on low power mode, as well as a shortcut with multiple chained actions for when you leave your apartment. And of course, there's boundless more shortcuts and settings for you to experiment with and explore. But I hope that this tutorial gave you some familiarity and comfort with using the app. Have fun creating, everyone. Signing off for now. Toodle!